Welcome back to Conscious Evolution. I'm AJ. Thanks for joining me here today. Please like the video, share, and subscribe. Quick announcement, and that Africa and I are going to do another Reconnective healing session, group session this Sunday. I'll put the link below. If you want to participate, just donate $33 to the PayPal link below, and we'll send you all the information. And I'll let you know when we choose the time, okay? It's usually like between Friday or Saturday when I email that information out. So I wanted to talk about my trip a little bit today and how on Thursday I missed my flight. My brother and I overslept, and we both had multiple alarms set, and we're also the type of people that naturally get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning every day. So it was really weird that like neither of our alarms went off. None of them. They didn't go off at all. We just woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning like, shit, we gotta go. Like, we were supposed to leave at 4 o'clock, so I was like rushing around. Like, I jumped in the shower, was out the door in like 20 minutes. I didn't even eat anything. And I have a pretty like routine in the morning that I like to do that helps balance my energy and keep me going about my day. It doesn't help me clear my throat though, because that's still a thing, like 2 months into it now, so I don't know what that's about. Before, it used to be when you talk about something uncomfortable, that's what happens. Like, so if you notice anyone that start to talk about something that some rough feelings that come up for them, or if they're talking about something they're not comfortable about, they'll have to clear their throat a lot. But this has been like every day for me, no matter what I talk about. So I don't know, my voice is being attuned to a different frequency or a different pitch or octave. I don't know. Okay, so back to the story. We didn't get up. Missed my flight. I had to book another flight, which, got me to California a few hours later, which was fine. It wasn't a big deal. And they didn't charge me to switch my flight, which was odd because usually that's, something they do. I didn't purchase the one that's like, includes if you miss your flight, you need to rebook. I just did the very basic package to get me out there. And so later on that day, once I finally arrived, and then I made that video, that I made it there safely, and I'm going to call this person my guide to the elemental nature beings, because that's exactly what they are. They're guiding me and teaching me, lessons that these beings want me to know. And it's like a very fast track learning experience, and I am learning. I was seeing a lot of pictures, seeing the seeing the beings, and seeing kind of like behind the veil. You can see like the other dimensions, or you can see stairways into behind the veil. I mean, that's essentially what they're doing, in my opinion, is they are the guardians of the veil. They uphold the veil, because what we see in our reality is only like 0.00005 of what's actually there. We can only perceive that small percentage, that fractal of a percent, or fraction of a percent. That's all we perceive of the spectrum that's actually there. So we're just here living a human experience. So we don't need to know all that other stuff. We don't need to know the other 99.9999% of the stuff that's there, I guess. It's not important for the lessons that we've decided that we want to learn in this life, in this experience. So everything around us is an illusion, but it's real at the same time. Like, your kids are real, your family's real, everything's real. But in the grand scheme, in the big picture, we're all energetic beings. We're divine creatures. We are a spark of divinity. Our soul is part of God, part of the universe. We have stepped our consciousness down to a lower vibrational form. We have our form, our vehicle, to experience this human life. And part of that is that we forget who we really are, and it's like a treasure hunt. You gotta search your life. For your whole life, you're on a treasure hunt. You're trying to find something. A lot of people are really trying to find something, but maybe you don't know what it is. You're just looking and looking and looking and searching, trying to figure out what you're looking for, and all along it's you. You're looking for who you are, your true self. I mean, that's the treasure. You are the treasure. And when you find that, it's like, ah, whoa, like, are you serious? Like, that's a big deal. And then once you learn the power that you have and the magic that you're capable of, it's so powerful. So powerful. Everything that's going on is for your benefit. It's a lesson for you to learn. So if you're going through some hard times, like I've recently been through some uncomfortable experiences that were lessons to me, interactions with other people that didn't go so well, didn't go as well as I'd like, and I felt like I was in an old energy, an old vibration, a low vibration where I wasn't being my true self, and I was hurting myself energetically and the other person and people I was around because I'm not shining my light. I'm not being that beacon of light that I'm supposed to be. You know, that I am. I am a beacon of light, and I have and carry 90% of the time a high vibration. And I enjoy it thoroughly, and I work very hard to get to that vibration and to maintain that vibration. And I share these stories with you in an effort to raise your vibration. Hopefully, that's what you're getting. I know I'm helping a lot of people out just from the responses I get, and I'm truly blessed. I'm truly honored and humbled about this. Like, some of these things are hard for me to talk about, and I know, and it helps me push through and talk about it anyway. That the fact that it's helping so many people, so I'm okay with having a public life. All right, back to my story. So this guy that's teaching me about the elementals told me that we missed our alarms didn't go off for a reason. It was intentional that they hijacked that. They messed with the alarm. Okay, so the alarm didn't go off. So I wasn't intended to be on the flight that I originally booked. So I got the next flight, and it was only a few hours later. But anyways, so it was maybe I was supposed to sit by somebody. Maybe I was supposed to be a beacon of light to the people that I was around. Maybe someone was having a really bad day, and the fact that I just smiled and said hi to them, it could have absolutely changed their day. Oh, another thing I just realized. I had a seat by the bathroom. It was an exit seat, like exit row, in case of an emergency, the exit row, like where you would get out by the door. Um, and I was reading my book, which was The Code of the Extraordinary Mind. And I just had that book sitting on my lap or sitting on the tray table in front of me, and I was right by the bathroom. So many people were coming, to go to the bathroom, and there was like people standing there all the time, the whole flight, and every single person stopped to read the cover of my book. I thought that was cool. And everyone around me, so it was probably like 20 people, saw that I was reading something about the code of the extraordinary mind. Extraordinary mind. So maybe that was the purpose to touch their lives in that fact. But my guide also said that I could have been being attuned to another frequency at that elevation because the crystalline grid structure is multi-layered. There's one beneath the surface of the planet, there's one on the surface of the planet, and there's one at the high elevation, which I was at like 30,000 feet or whatever the cruising altitude is for commercial airliners. So when I was up there at the high elevation, I was doing meditations, which was very intense. I didn't get to meditate in the morning because I was rushing around and so on and so forth. And so once I got on this second flight, which was a 4-hour flight, I was able to do some meditations finally. And the meditations were intense. I was going in a very deep state, like a deep state of mind. Mind state was like, I was getting to a point of meditations. I was doing like higher self meditations. I was bringing in a lot of light. I was going like in and out of consciousness almost. Like I'd get to a point and I'd go into like a deep state of consciousness where everything went black and I would just see light around me. Like there was a design of light that looked almost like a bird, but it was like a mosaic kind of thing. Like, I don't know. It was like a bird with its wings open. And it was like a mosaic, so it was like squares and spots. And It was just like all darkness, but these light spots or mosaic blocks were coming through, forming a bird, and like a massive bird with his wings wide open. And it was like I was going through a tunnel towards that bird. It was really cool. And so, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I was being attuned to the frequencies at the high elevation. Well, this is what the guide told me later on. So it could have been a multitude of things, and maybe I was supposed to be in that route from, Chicago to California. Maybe I was supposed to be at that time. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but something definitely happened up there. Meditation. I don't normally get to that deep of a meditation because I usually only do like you know between 5 to 15 minute meditations. But I was meditating for like an hour, 2 hours maybe. I don't know. Probably 'cause I didn't really sleep. I meditated and read my book. So, anyways, we're at 12 minutes here. I did have a little more I wanted to talk about. We got a Behind the Veil episode coming up today. We're going to talk about ascension, the ascension of the planet and individuals. What's going on here, And I think I'm going to concentrate on talking about that this week and see what comes of that. Because everybody's going through it, whether you're aware of it or not. And if you're aware of it, then you can, consciously decide to purge these old energies out of your life. I mean, that's essentially what's happening, you know. And being aware of it also lets you know that people that are unaware of it are also experiencing these things and are probably confused and don't know why they're being triggered and why they're being angry or why they're constantly stressed out all the time. They just accept that as their reality and don't even know there's another way, And that's kind of our job, lead by example, you know. That's why I say be the change that you want to be. Is you lead by example. You be that example you want to set, for other people. You don't go and tell them. You don't talk to everybody about the ascension and you being a light worker, a light warrior. You just be that shining beacon of light that you're meant to be. And then when the people around you notice that you're calm amongst the storm, they might ask you how you got to where you're at. How did you stay calm during all that chaos? How did you maintain that? And then you can tell them how you've discovered your divinity. How you discovered your love for yourself and others. How we're all connected. How it works, Everybody's different. Everyone's going to resonate with something different. Everyone's going to be triggered by different words. Everyone's going to be triggered by different voices. My voice, may be the trigger for you to make changes you need in your life to better evolve on this ascension. I don't know. I know there was a group of voices that helped me along my path in the beginning, and I'm working on getting them on the channel because I think that would be very awesome. Anyways, I love you guys. Be the change that you want to see in this world, and stay tuned. Okay, bye-bye.